Hello everyone, welcome back this evening. Tonight I'm going to do an unboxing video for a product that I've been wanting to unbox for quite a while. I haven't had time and I'm just now getting to it. So I want to bring you the unboxing of the Watercolor Confections, the Shimmering Lights palette by Prima. This Watercolor Confections palette is $29.99. And if you like what you see here, you can get it on our website. It's at www.smokyfiresidecreations.com. And so tonight I'm going to both swatch it out on my regular notebook, but for those of you who are hand letterers and are looking for a shimmery watercolor palette, I think this is going to be a great product for you. So I'm also going to swatch it out on a piece of black cardstock so you can see what exactly it is that you get in this palette. Again, this palette is it's a really cool palette in a tin box, which it gives you the little insert card like all of the other ones do. Again, if you've watched my other videos, you know that some of the newer palettes, they actually name them and number them, which I'm glad that they started to do that. So I'll swatch my card, I'll swatch my book, and then I'll also swatch on the black cardstock here so you can see exactly what they look like. And then also, for those of you that were following along, you know that I also like to unbox and keep the wrappers so that I can go back through in case one of them falls out or whatever the case may be. I can go back through and I'll know exactly which one that I'm either out of or that fell out of the palette, or if I'm concerned about keeping them in order, then I have this as a reference guide to kind of go back to. Again, the palettes do pop out of the boxes, so if you are wanting to use the box for something else, you can. What you can also do is you can pop another, these are just typical half pan size or sizes, and so if you have other watercolor paints that you want to mix in here, then you can do so in the middle, and then you would have you'd have a specialized palette of 18 instead of 12. So that's also an option as well. I think it'd be really cool to have a big palette box just to feature all of the Prima watercolors together in one. I am loving the little travel palettes that they have here. I'm absolutely loving every aspect of these, but being that I like to have a travel palette and a big palette here at home, I think it would be really cool if Prima had a palette that had all of the colors together in one, or a palette that you could specialize that they have specifically for their own paints. So, side note there, what I am going to do is I'm going to unwrap these and we can swatch them out together. So I thought that would be kind of fun to do. I am kind of curious if you guys have tried the Watercolor Confections palettes before. I have recently been using the Decadent Pies one because I think it's more of like a fall-ish type set. So I've been using that a lot in my fall watercoloring books and things. So I'm really enjoying all of the palettes. I've been using them in my watercoloring books by Christy Rice. I'm loving those. I've been doing lots of mixed media type stuff. So, I mean, I'm really getting my use out of these watercolor palettes. I mean, I can't really say enough good things about these palettes because they're so versatile. You can use them on essentially anything. I recently went on a trip to see my mother-in-law, and I took a palette of my favorite watercolors, and I took a box of watercolor postcards with me. And so on the plane, I got out my water brushes, my Prima water brushes. I got out my travel watercolor palette, and right there on the plane, I started to paint, which I just love. I love that I'm able to do that. I love that they have products now that you're able to paint on the go. I love that, you know, just because you have however long your flight is, just because you have a long flight or even if you have a short flight, that doesn't mean that you can't that you can't get out something that you enjoy while you're either on a plane. I know a lot of us will do some holiday traveling, and so I have when we're in the truck or car or whatever it is that you drive, when you're in the vehicle for, you know, hours on end, and it seems like excuse me, it seems like there's really nothing else for you to do because you've been through your whole bag twice of everything that you thought you wanted to do on the car ride, and you're just bored out of your mind. I will take along my coloring books and my paints with me in the car, and how I do that is I bring one of my laptop desk things that that you use when you're either on the couch or you're maybe you're watching TV. Well, I bring that with me, and that way I have a flat surface to work on while I'm in the truck. And so I absolutely love doing that. I've been doing that for probably the past 2 years. I've been bringing that with me, and not only does it make the car ride go faster, but I also get some work done while I'm traveling. And so I think it makes traveling for the holidays or traveling for a special occasion just a little bit easier. And so that's an idea for you, just in case you're going to be doing some holiday traveling yourself this year, which it's so hard to believe that's just right around the corner. So many stores are putting up Christmas things, and I'm starting to get into the Christmas spirit. I do want to get Thanksgiving out of the way first before I put up the majority of my Christmas things, but I do love the holiday season, and I'm so looking forward to spending that time with family and friends. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue all these on the next page, and then in the next video I'm going to be back and we'll swatch everything out for you. So stay tuned for that.